What I wouldn't give to be able to sit down and have a tipple with Jane Torr. Jane Torr was a West Country dressmaker, milliner, convicted in Exeter in the late 1820s for stealing a dress and transported to Van Diemen's Land. She was moved into the hospital, part of which was being set aside as a brothel. Basically, she was servicing the gentry. She was making enough money to always be immaculately turned out. She was caught pretty much in the act, and in the ensuing scandal, she did end up with a 7-month stretch in the female factory in Hobart. And shortly thereafter, she's married to my great-great-grandfather, and they're living somewhere on Woolnorth, running what seems to have been a sly grog shanty. Her death certificate says she's died of disease of the heart. So this is a woman of 44 who's died of disease of the heart, and she dies in May, and her death's not notified until December, and I find this extremely interesting. My great-great-grandfather then goes to Burnie, and in the post office valuation rolls of 1862, register him as the wealthiest man in Burnie, the biggest landowner in Burnie. And I wonder where the money came from. He appears to have arrived in the colony as a mere seaman. My grandmother was the granddaughter of Jane Torr on my mother's side. My grandfather on my mother's side is the grandson of John Frimley, the Point Pure boy convict. And my great-uncle Charlie said to me, he said, the Garners didn't want your grandmother marrying your grandfather because the Garners was gentry. And we Frimleys wasn't gentry. And I thought, well, so the Garners were gentry, were they? Well, they can only be gentry if there's a fair amount of generational forgetting, because the Garners of Wynyard, the patriarch of the Garners of Wynyard was the son of Jane Torr, the most successful convict prostitute in Van Diemen's Land.